Hey guys, it's Carolyn. Again, I wanted to do my second half of my favorite book-to-film adaptations, and I'm gonna apologize in advance for the light. It sucks, I know, I wait too long in the day to do these. But, yeah, I've got a couple more, like maybe 6 or 7 more book-to-movie adaptations that I want to talk about. So let's get started. Okay, last time we got cut off during timeline. I didn't realize that my camera only records a certain amount, which sucks, but anyway, Timeline by Michael Crichton. This is an excellent book, especially for history or archaeology lovers, or even if you love time travel, because there's time travel in this, and it's an excellent book, and I know a lot of people focus, with Michael Crichton, they focus kind of on Jurassic Park and Lost World, but this is a very awesome, underrated, I think, book of his, and the movie was really good. There were 2 parts that they messed up that I didn't really enjoy, or I thought that they were much better in the book, but they were kind of, I guess they were minor parts, really, but I am just quirky like that, where I notice the little stuff, but it's an excellent adaptation. It's got great actors in it, and they really capture the mood and spirit of the film, or of the story, which I think is really good. So I would say that as a book-to-film adaptation, it's a really good package, and it's one of those things where you can kind of look at them separately, if you will, or comparing them kind of side by side is still pretty good too, because they don't mess up so drastically that you're like, oh, it was a terrible movie adaptation. It was really excellent. Yeah, this is a really good book. So is the film. Okay, next. Anne of Green Gables. I love this movie. I love this book, I do. But I saw the movie first. I saw the movie when I was really little. It's an 80s movie with Megan Follows as Anne, and she captures Anne's character so perfectly. Just her redhead temper, her, and I know that's a stereotype, but with Anne of Green Gables, I mean, the author purposefully played on that stereotype and made Anne a very emotional, not very even-tempered person. But Megan Follows gets that perfect, and she's just such an endearing character. You root for her the whole time. And the love story between Anne and Gilbert is so adorable and wonderful, and this is a really good book, and it's a really good story, and the movie's awesome. And I really want to read the rest of these. I have Anne of Avonlea, and I really want to read that, and then get the rest, which is, I think, there's 6 more in the series, so these are excellent. Next we have The Last Song by Nicholas Sparks. This was a really good film. It was actually kind of interesting. He wrote the screenplay for the film before he wrote the book, because Miley Cyrus's agent called Nicholas Sparks and said, hey, Miley Cyrus loved Walk to Remember, and she wants to be the star in a film of a book of yours that's really like that. And so Nicholas Sparks was like, well, I'm working on this one book right now, I'm not finished with it, but I could go ahead and write the screenplay. So he actually wrote the screenplay first, and then wrote the book, and he changed a couple things in the book, which I don't really understand why he changed them. Like, he changed the setting and stuff, and I'm like, why would you change the setting? That's kind of weird. But, this is a really, really good book, and since the screenplay was written first, the book and the screenplay are very, very similar. So it means that, and also since the author wrote the screenplay as well as the book, anything he took out or added, he did for his own purposes, so it couldn't really get messed up. So that was really good. And I'm not a huge fan of Miley Cyrus as an actress, but I thought she did a great job in this film, and Liam Hemsworth that guy right there. He's adorable. They're actually engaged now in real life. That's pretty cool. But yeah, he's gorgeous and a very good actor. Him. Sorry, I think I was pointing to her when I was talking about him. Whatever. Awesome. Okay. Oh, and the reason why I didn't include The Notebook and Walk to Remember in these is because I own the books, but I haven't read them yet. I know, bad, but they both came out when I was younger, and I feel like the books wouldn't have been, like, the books would have been more over my head than the film, I think. I don't know. Breaking Dawn, I'm kind of going to go halvesies on this one. The first part of the book I didn't like. The first movie adaptation of the first half of the book I didn't like. I love the second half, because I love the ending, and I love kind of Alice's part of the story in this book, and they did the best job with that in the film, in the part 2 of Breaking Dawn. They did a great job. I actually thought that was the best film out of all 5. It was excellent. Best adaptation, I thought it was the best choreography as far as what the practicing for the fighting and showing everyone's special powers from Breaking Dawn. I thought that was great. And there's one kind of major change, but it works. I didn't think it worked when I first saw the film, because they kind of trick you. They trick you really, really well. And I'm not going to tell you how, but it's a very good trick. Where the whole audience was like, what? And then it's like, oh, just kidding. Okay, they actually ended that really well. So yeah, very good. Okay, next is P.S. I Love You by Cecilia Ahern. This is my favorite book by her. She's my favorite author, which, oddly enough, this isn't my favorite book, but it is my favorite book by my favorite author. Weird. But anyway, I picked this up in Target. Didn't buy it, just picked it up and looked at the back. And this was when I was still on my huge Gerard Butler is Amazing kick. And I read the back of this book, and I was like, wow, Gerard Butler would be, like, perfect to play this guy. A year later, I find out that they're creating a movie adaptation, and Gerard Butler's playing the main guy. And I was like, called it, I should be a casting director, that would be awesome. But, yeah, I don't know, it was just really cool. So then, obviously, I ran out and got the book, and, because I thought it was good at the time, but I thought the synopsis was cool at the time, but I didn't really have money to buy a book then, so I very purposefully went out and bought the book as soon as I found out that they were making the movie. And they do change some things, like this is set in Ireland, and in the film it's set in America, which I didn't really like that change. However, the rest of the film is very good, and the acting is superb. Lisa Kudrow plays one of the main character, Holly's best friends in this. Her name's Denise, and she's one of the funniest characters I've ever read in a book. And Lisa Kudrow, obviously, she's hilarious because she's on Friends, and she captured this girl's personality perfect. I thought she did great. So yeah, this is a very good book. And Cecilia Ahern wrote this when she was 21 years old, and this book has so many feels in it that I was just like, when I found that out, I was shocked. I was like, she wrote all that when she was 21? Dang, that girl, she knows how to create some emotion. So yeah, this was really good. Okay. The last ones are all from the same series. I'll bet you guys can guess. Harry Potter. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets are two of my favorite film adaptations of these books, because they are directed by Chris Columbus, and he stuck to the book pretty much exactly, which was great, and he did such a fantastic job, especially because all the actors were so young, and it was most of their first film, like Emma Watson, Daniel Radcliffe. Actually, Daniel Radcliffe had done some acting before, but most of them, it was like their first major film, and so films are going to be like that. No. As soon as they got different directors, the directors started taking the films in their own direction. And a lot of them changed or cut out parts that I thought were incredibly important to the major plot lines of the film, of the books, which kind of made me angry. So that's why I don't really enjoy any of the middle ones. The worst one to me was number 4, because they cut out Winky and the Sphinx, and you just don't do that. Because the Sphinx is the best part of the maze, and Winky is one of the coolest characters ever, and she's actually a major plot point for the end of the book of Goblet of Fire. So my other favorite is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1 and Part 2, directed by David Yates. He did a brilliant job, and he knew that he had to split it into 2 parts, because he knew if he really left anything out, or didn't get it down to a great, fantastic detail, that he was going to get hate mail. Actually, that's what he said in the article when he explained why he split the 2 up. Why he split it into 2 is because he was like, yeah, if I leave some stuff out, people are going to hate me. They're going to chase me down the street, and it's going to be bad. So yeah, this was an amazing adaptation as well. And I mean, this is a pretty big book, so I can totally understand splitting it. So yeah, those are my favorite film adaptations. I'm sorry I didn't do more detail, but I have so many different favorite book-to-film adaptations that I really had to kind of be concise. So yeah, next up will be a book haul. I have a huge book haul. I might split it, I might not. We'll see. And so yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and comment, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.